Hello, and welcome to my video for the January 2026 update. I'm gonna make this video pretty quick. I know I said it a lot, but I just filmed a video and I was getting close to the end and my phone decided to overheat or something and just timed out and deleted the whole video. So I am not gonna go through my whole spiel again, but overall, not a huge month overall. I mean, a couple of big call outs, a couple good leaders on a leaderboard, but nothing dramatic. So we'll go through it really quick. If you haven't seen my videos before, I have over a dozen of the same, but basically what I do is I go to PSN profiles once a month, usually the first day of the month. I take a snapshot of the top 100 stats each month, and then at the end of the month, I compare the last month's stats to kind of get an overall who is leading the month, who's moving up, who's moving down, kind of to see, you know, what's going on, look at the big picture. And like I said, you know, not much moving around this month, but you'll hop through it. So see my screen here, you got Caro 3C is still number one. They have roughly 400,000 point lead, 306 platinums roughly above, so they have a semi-good lead in first right now. After that, number 2 and 3 switch spots, so King Fort and Marcion, so have switched roles for now, but it's only 15,000 gap, roughly 12 platinum, so that can go back and forth anytime soon. So again, my little disclaimer here, I may pronounce some people's usernames incorrectly, or your tag name, so I apologize if I did. One big call out on here, we got David123 from Canada is back on the top 100. So if you recall, they were number one in September, and then October they kind of dropped off the list for certain reasons. I think he got hacked, but I don't not positive the full story, but we'll save that for another video. But as of now, he's back. When you go to PSN profiles, you click his name. I can't see his stats, so I had to plug in some stats on that for the 4-month trending, which I'll get into a little bit later on. So because he's back on number 4, everybody underneath automatically dropped 1 spot. Besides that, top 10, no other major call outs. I guess a couple people dropped. Number 6 and 7 kind of switch spots. 6, 7, only kidding. Sorry for those who hate that meme, but I couldn't resist there. Anyway, moving on. One thing I found interesting, if you look here, right around this area, I'll even include this area. So 14th through 18th. That's a tight race right there. You can see that number 14, Kiefer the Sioux, has 19,141 points, and then number 18 has 19,118. So there's only a 24,000 point gap there in that 5-person range. So all those people, they can switch places overnight basically. So that's a tight race in the mid-teens. And then you got me, and behind that in 20th with a whopping 900 plats behind that. So I got a ways to go to get into that mix. So scrolling down, you see a couple people drop 3 more spots. Again, everybody dropped 1 automatically because of David, so you will see a lot more red than green this time. Red is anybody who dropped 3 or more. Green is anybody who went up 3 or more. So scrolling down to the first person, that's a big jump. So Rob Thanatos from Australia had 936 plats last month. Talked to him briefly, went to his stream before this, and he said that he thinks it's his best month ever. So I would say 1.2 million points out of 14.7, probably most likely his best month. So good for you. And as we'll see a little bit later on, or if you didn't see it already, he's number 1 of the month. So congrats. Moving down, got a new player here. They just weren't on the list last month, so I had to plug him in. Another person jumped up 7 spots is Ryu31. So good to you. I think you're number 2 this month on the leaderboard, so jumped up 7 spots. And then going down here, you can see spawned Maniac jumped up 7 as well. And then San Wang jumped up 6. And then LeGreg jumped up 6. And then Jilwak jumped up 7. So, all right, go to the top, back to the top. So, as I said, if you look over here on the right, monthly leader is Rob Thanatos with almost 1.3 million points. And then you got Ryu, number 2, 1.1. And then last hit right on 1.1 as well. So if you want, I will go through the top 100 again. I will pause here. If you want to see anything, you can pause the video. But you can see number 1 through 30. Go down a little bit here. You got 25 through 54. Again, go a little more. 52 to 81, you guys can see. And again, if going too fast, you can pause the video. Look at what you want. That's up to 81, so let's go 76 through 100. So, all right. So 1 tab down, 2 to go. So another tab I do, if you guys are new, is I look at the last 4 months. You know, that's just 1 month. Last 4 months kind of gives you a better idea of who's really moving up lately, or active or inactive. So as you can see here, number 1, the last 4 months is Diddy Ultra, or Did Ultra, or Did Ultra. Either way, they have 3.7 million points. They're ranked 66. So we're gonna drop down there just to kind of see how they're looking. So here they are. It's crazy. The last 2 months, they were banging in October and November. Just those 2 months alone, 3 million. And then the last 2 months, it kind of became average compared to everybody else. Slightly above for January. So 3.7 million points there. So you got Electron, 85, who's new, is at 96th. So we'll jump down there. So 96 right here. You can see the last 4 months they had 500,000 points or more. So this would be somebody to kind of keep an eye out for, just to see how they go up based on the last 4 months. I mean, they're not going to jump into the top 10 any day soon, but still, I'm kind of curious to see how they will be moving around. Back up, we got Keefe at the Sioux, which I mentioned, they had the most points for the whole year of 2025. So not surprising, they're number 3. You got Duff 85, and so on. So I'm kind of curious at last. So here's last hit. So last hit had a good month. 1 million points, but the 3 prior were about average. So besides that, no big call-outs here that I can see. The one thing I want to mention is October, everybody had an average of the top 100 about 400,000 points. Since then, since the whole David 123 incident where he got hacked, from what I know, it seems like a lot of people are kind of like losing hope or whatever, and dropping off, because you can see there that everybody's averaging about 300,000 points now, when before it was like 400,000 or more. So it's an interesting fact. So if you want to climb the charts, now's the time to do that. So I'll go back to the top. Right now you can see 1 through 28. I'll pause here. If you want to pause on your screen and look at anything, I will scroll to the right more in case you're curious what's going on over there. So 1 through 28, 25 through 52. (52 to 79). And 79 to the rest. And I didn't update this. I'm missing 2, but in case you're curious what this was, it's hold on, I can update this real quick. Kind of just shows you what countries are in the leaderboard the most. So I will have to do that. My apologies if I'm boring you here. Oh, I don't want to do that. There you go. All right. And I won't put it in order. So you can see here, basically, for some reason or another, Germany loves the top 100. And the US, with Germany, they have 18% of the people here. I am not going to run stats right now, but I guarantee you they are not 18% of the population of the world. I would be shocked if they were 5% of the population of the world. Probably, I know I'm going on a huge tangent here, but anyway, probably less than 2, I would say. You know, you have countries like India and China that are massive population. But anyway, you probably can't see them all, but so here you go. List of all the countries that are here and how many people live there. So, in case you're curious. So going back to the top, and I'll scroll to the right. Let me change that to say January of 26. That is 26 up there, just so you know. And I'm going to hide 2024 over here so you can see everything on screen. So basically, this is just the running of what the placement everybody was. Oh, let me go back over here real quick. So like I said, I couldn't dig into David's profile, so I could just, all those points he had in the past 4 months, I just threw into one slot. So basically, the last 4 months, he has 229,000 points. All right, and over here, it shows you the ranking for each month. I have a lot of months hidden, but it's the most recent. If you want to see more months, you can look at my previous videos. And then over here is the change in ranking. So like, for example, somebody's mostly green. So Raining Elbows, 23rd spot. You can see, they were 31st over here, and then now the 23rd. So they jumped up a spot, 2 spots even, some to 4, 1, -2, and so on. And you got others that are mostly red. So Diddy, 89. So this is where you really can tell how people are trending over the past year or whatever. If they're really climbing or they're really dropping or what's going on. Then you got anomalies like this. So the reason why that's like that is for some reason in the month of November, Jose was not on the charts at all. So if you're not on the charts, I can't see what ranking you were in the past. It just doesn't work that way. I only look at the top 100. So I just put it to 101 and then go from there. So that's why you got that kind of anomaly. So, all right. So last tab, the back by popular demand, looking at by country. So over here, it's kind of similar to the first tab. I kind of change colors from white to green every time it switches to country. So for easy viewing, columns over here, K through L, is the gap. And then for anybody who is on here in a country all by yourself, over to the right, I kind of did like who's the next closest and how many points away they are. Kind of give a gauge if they're dominating their country or if they gotta look out. So we'll hop right into it. Looking at number 1, we got Australia. You got Rob Thanatos dominating the charts, and for Australia, ranked 44th in the world. And then you got Spawned Maniac. That's 3.5 million points behind him, around 2,685 plats. So for now, Rob has a great lead for his country. Don't see Spawned Maniac taking, over anytime soon. So next up, you got Austria. You got Marcion on 3rd, and number 69 in the world is next with over 10 million points behind. So yeah, I don't think they have anything to worry about for quite some time there. In Belgium, you got Chris Plays, Next person behind them was ranked 90th, 11 million points behind. So they're pretty solid as well. You got Brazil, was 5 people. I looked back on this, before we recorded this, and I think in October they had 7 or 8 people. So Brazil used to have a little more of a presence in this list, and they kind of drop it off. And you can see here, so the leader is King Fortunato, number 2. I think they just took number 2 according to what I just said. So they're very active. But if you look at the other 4 people, between the 4 of them, they only got 17 plats last month. So I don't know if that's just a 1 month thing, but basically, Brazil's kind of slacking lately as a combined effort. David is solo in the top 100. So right now, the number 2 person behind him in Canada is ranked 139, 8.5 million points behind. So, sorry, they have 8.5 million points, so 13 million, almost 14 million points behind. So David has a great lead there. Czech Republic, you got U51010CZ. They're ranked 83rd in the world. And then next behind was this guy's ranked 120, 126, about 2 million points behind. So I think, as far as the single people on this list, that's the person that is at most risk for losing this spot. And still, but 2 million points is a lot. So dropping down to France, you got Caro 3C, number 1 in the world as well. Next is 27th place, which is behind them about 6 million points right here. So they got a healthy lead. Go back to if I see anything else major to call out, I will. But Brazil's the 5 people in Brazil are pretty spread out. The 6 people in France are kind of spread out. You got a few people here. Diddy Ultra and Rio are kind of close, and the way Rio did this last month, he will most likely pass Diddy Ultra next month. But we'll see. I know Diddy Ultra's been up. I know I keep saying Diddy, so my apologies. But they had some good months the last few months, so we'll see. Those two could be neck and neck. All right, so Germany, the big one. Like I said, Tonat is number 1 in Germany. Has roughly 847,000 point lead, 652 platinums estimate. So they have a pretty healthy lead there. They should definitely hold it for the next few months. And they are pretty active. And as you can see, last month they have 413 platinum. So I don't see him losing his spot at any time soon. And dropping down, there's pretty a couple spots where 100,000 points here or there. So there could be some shuffle over here, but we'll see. I mean, nobody's like super close. All right, so Hong Kong got 4 people here. Tom Guan, Z, pretty sizable lead, 2.5 million points, and then everybody else is a big gap, so nothing going on crazy there. Hungary, only 1 person. Electron 85. Next person is White in the 300s, and they have 4.7 million points, so they got a pretty good lead. Italy has 1 person, Dojo Mad 22. Again, 3 million point lead, so they're pretty safe, at least for the country. As far as the top 100, those 2 are in the 90s, so if they're not active, they can drop out soon. So Japan, we have 5 people, pretty big gap between the 5. No major call outs there. Luxembourg has 1 person. They got a 6.8 million lead. They're in 99th place, so they can drop out any day now. And last month I only had 32 platinums, so they could drop out of the top 100. So, in case you're wondering why I get the blue highlights here, these are kind of like the leaders for their country for that month. So going back up, your Rob is the leader here, Marcian, so on. So basically the first 6 or 7 countries, the leaders of the month, are also the leaders overall. For France, you got Rayo, by far the biggest leader of the month. So for France. All right. So back down. Where was it? Hong Kong, Hungary, Japan, Luxembourg, Netherlands. You got 5 people. 2 people kind of tied. You got Richie Rich NL and the Punisher NL. I always find those 2 accounts interesting. They always run side by side. Most months they have the same amount of trophies, plats, etc. Don't know if it's same account, same person. Something's going on there. But anyway, they're the leaders for the month in their region. Besides them, looking at the top 3, they're pretty wide apart. Poland, you got Ginkgo 765, got a big lead over everybody else, but DKSSJ for that country was the leader of the month. Russia, no big color out there. Leader of the month is also the leader of the country. Of leader overall. They got a 4.5 million gap. Saudi Arabia, $6.5 million point gap there. And the leader is also leader of the month. Daniel Gamer, well, that got cut off. Daniel Game Corner is solo for South America, and they got a 6.8 million point lead against number 2. South Korea, last hit 565, leader of the month and leader of the country. Got a 3.4 million point lead, so they're pretty healthy. Jose Fabiola is the leader for Spain, but for the month, Harika, don't know how to say the rest, is the leader for the country with 506. Switzerland, nothing major there. Leader of the month, leader of the country. Taiwan and Ukraine and Saudi Arabia all have 1 each. The Taiwanese person had no platinums last month, but they have a 6 million point lead against the second place. So even with no platinums, they can hold that 6.2 million lead for some time. Ukraine 82 plats, but 5.7 million lead, and then United Arab Emirates 4 million lead. And I got 2 countries left. So you got United Kingdom, number 1 Tim Pernat, 5th place. Tim was number 1 in October, I think. Has been dropping since. Hasn't been too active. Leader of the month was Duff 85 with 440 plats. So Duff is 2.9 million points behind, but at the rate they're going the last 4 months, if that same pattern keeps up, Duff can pass them, I would say, by June, July. It all depends. But we'll see. Tim Pernat can maybe bounce back. And last but not least, we got the U.S. So TJ Meat, which is myself, is the leader of the month. I had 400 plats even. I roughly have a 400,000 point lead, so semi-comfortable. But if I stop playing 1 month, I can lose that in 1 month. But we will see. So I kind of went slow down this list, so I'm not going to go back and do everything. So you can always just go up and pause yourself. So that is the video for today. Hope you liked the January update. I will try to, this little area by country. Just leave a comment below if you did like it. You want me to do this every month. Kind of like it to see who's going there. And I didn't think I had 400 plats this month. I know I had a strong beginning. I think the first 3 days I had 240 plats in the first 3 or 4 days. So I guess that makes sense. And then I kind of slowed down, playing a little more of the semi-longer platinum games, trying to knock those off my list. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Take care.